I've worked tirelessly with my colleague, friend, and gentleman from Virginia's 9th Congressional District to pass the Halt Fentanyl Act to permanently label fentanyl-related substances as a Schedule I narcotic. During this time, we've seen heartbreaking numbers of fentanyl poisonings across our country. 73,000 deaths were reported in just 1 year alone. 73,000. If the current class-wide scheduling were to expire, which is a little less than 2 months away, I can assure you that drug traffickers would push deadlier drugs and more Americans will die. I'm proud that today that this House is finally stopping the temporary delay and permanently scheduling fentanyl-related substances as a Schedule I. We owe it to our communities, our constituents, our families, and most to the victims. Cartels are literally killing Americans for 10 cents a pill. Illicit fentanyl poisoning among teens accounted for an average of 22 deaths each week in 2022 from drug poisoning, raising the death rate for teens to 5.2 per death per 100,000, driven by fentanyl and counterfeit pills, thus making fentanyl the #1 cause of death among adults 18 to 49, more than cancer, more than heart disease, and more than car accidents. This isn't about criminal justice reform. This is about victims getting justice. Currently, to trigger a 10-year mandatory minimum, an offense must involve 100 or more grams of a mixture containing a fentanyl analog, because the average lethal dose of fentanyl, I get about 15 more seconds.
You have 15 seconds.
Additional 15 seconds.
Because must involve 100 or more grams of mixture containing a fentanyl analog, because the average lethal dose of fentanyl or fentanyl analog can be as small as 2 milligrams, the offense would need to contain roughly 50,000 lethal doses in order to trigger the 10-year mandatory minimum. Mr. Speaker, I ask this House to approve this legislation, and let's start saving lives.